My name is Justin Allen, and I live in Portland. I'm married. I have a grown son. I teach English, and I have had epilepsy since I was about 12. I have what's called partial generalized epilepsy, which means that my seizures begin from a specific place in my brain, and then it moves outward from there. When I first started having seizures, it was something that was happening to me that I saw as something that was beyond my control. I was very angry about it, but also I was just overwhelmed by the inability to physically control myself in the moments when it would happen. One day I just stopped hating it and I got really curious about it. I've always told myself that this story that I don't really like to go out and do a lot of physical stuff, and I don't really, I just want to hang out at home. And when the reality is that I spent my childhood being very active, and that just most of the things that used to love doing, I just can't do. And I think that there's been times in my life when I've been with people or I've had friends who wanted to be doing those types of things, and instead of going into a long explanation of why I really can't do it, I just would say, no, I don't want to do that. I think that impacted some of my early relationships as an adult. It impacted a lot of my friendships, and I think it's impacted just my life. Um, at the same time, as I aged and I got more really explicitly conscious about my disability, I think having one made it a lot more easy to form relationships with other people who also had or have disabilities, especially hidden disabilities. And well, when for me that even that term is a relatively new term in my vocabulary, I think for anybody with any kind of a situation, a disability, condition, whatever they want to call it, when you have something that impacts your decision making, if you don't feel like the people around you will respect that reason, much less understand it, because I don't expect people to fully understand. That's a really difficult thing. But I know that when I met my current wife, like one of the things that we bonded over were the conditions that we both live with that affect our daily lives, that in big ways shape who we are. They don't singularly define us, but they do shape us.